Hey guys, it is 12:57 in the morning, and I thought I would give you a quick update here before 1. I'm working on MOH. I am writing for 15 minutes, gaming for 15 minutes. At the moment, I'm about 5 to 7 minutes into a gaming session. But on MOH so far, I've written 1,182 words. Things are going relatively smoothly. I think yesterday, just between not being in the right headspace, and I was just at a scene that is something I normally don't write. It was just a fight between two friends. But fights are hard for me to write, especially when the points that the one friend is making aren't points that I support at all. And I think it just made writing that scene very difficult, but now that I'm past it, the rest of the words have been coming very well, have been coming along very well so far, which is a plus. So we're now 31,000-ish words into the book. Things are going okay. And I'm just going to keep pushing through and seeing what happens. The goal is still to finish this one before the end of this month, if at all possible. I would love to finish it today, but who knows. The day I finished Rasmussen, I also didn't think that I would finish it, so we'll see. But I'm gonna get back into fighting. We are almost at the first boss scene in Uncharted Lost Legacy. I'm playing on normal instead of easy, which is the first time that I've ever done that on this game. I actually think it's called moderate. So I'm probably gonna die like 400 times, and then I will be glad to write for 15 minutes instead. But, anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update, say that things were so far, for the first hour of the day anyway, going well, and I'm hoping that that continues after some more Uncharted here. But either way, I'll give you guys another update at some point in the morning, and we will see what happens. At some point, I will probably switch over to working on editing for Ashes in the Light, but we'll see. It is snowing outside, or it's doing something outside. Visibility is very low, so I'm not 100% sure what it's actually doing, but I know that by the time like 8 o'clock rolls around, a lot of the roads are supposed to be blocked and we're supposed to get a lot more snow, even though it's already difficult for them to move snow, so we'll see. But if I lose internet, I will edit Ashes in the Light up until the point that I come to a spot where I need to make a change, because then I need to suggest that change on Google Docs, and I generally cannot do that without internet. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. If I can, I will edit through the changes. If not, I probably won't, and then I'll come back to writing. But either way, don't know when that will happen. But regardless, I will give you guys an update at some point in the morning. Alrighty, it is 3:16 in the morning, and I am back into one of the writing sections of the morning. I have over 3,000 words written so far today. All of them were written before 3, and shortly after I entered my last one, I went outside to the dog pen to sweep off the stairs because it is snowing, and the laundry room door opens outward, so if the snow were to build up against the door, it would most likely freeze shut and we wouldn't be able to open it and let the dogs out in a few hours. And I feel like the wind picks up every few minutes. I can hear it now over the furnace. But the door out this way opens inward, so there's not as much of an issue there. If the snow were to build up against it, we could open the door and push the snow out, but that doesn't work for the laundry room door. So I went out, I swept off the stairs, and I pushed the snow away from like the first 1.5 feet at the bottom of the stairs. So even now that it's been like half an hour, actually, it's been more than half an hour, my hands are still kind of cold. They're not really cold, I guess. My fingertips are numb. So I don't have like frostbite or anything like that, but my hands take a very long time to warm up because I have very poor circulation in my hands. So anytime that I type, it feels super weird and it takes me a little bit to hit the right keys. So my writing is slowing down at this point, but the words themselves are still coming relatively easily. It's just taking my fingers a while to catch up to what the characters are saying. That's okay. I have accomplished way more this morning than I thought I ever would. Tried and true method. Gaming for 15, writing for 15, or even 5 minutes, depending on which one I do on a certain day. Both work very well, and if I would do that every night instead of just sometimes, I would actually accomplish a lot. Case in point. But slowing down or not, I'm still going to keep pushing through. I think we are closing in on the end of this one. I obviously don't know for certain. There are times where I say that, and then there's like another 30,000 words to a book. So we'll see what happens. But either way, I'm gonna get back into writing for the last like 10 to 13 minutes, I think, that's left of this 15-minute section, and then I'm going to play some more Uncharted and go from there. But either way, I'll give you guys another update at some point, but I guess we'll see how this next hour of writing goes in between Uncharted. Alrighty, it is 5:44 and I have written 6,099 words on MOH, which is not something that normally happens. I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud of this. I feel like I'm finally getting back to being me, and that's something. But I am going to call it quits on MOH for right now. I'm hoping that's not a decision I regret later on in the day, but I just can't. I don't want to do any more typing right now. I don't want to push my knuckles so far that when I wake up they're sore as hell. They actually aren't bad right now, which is nice. I think that's the only reason I was able to type so much, or at least one of the big reasons I was able to type so much. But I'm going to go brush my teeth and then just sit here and play Uncharted for a little bit, for at least the next 15 minutes, if not a little longer. And then I am going to do a little bit of editing on Ashes in the Light, hopefully until 8. But my sleep schedule was a little weird yesterday, just because I slept longer than I should have, which means that I unbalanced a few things. So I am tired, so I'm hoping that standing up, moving around, standing and gaming instead of sitting here will wake my brain up a little bit so I can make it until 8. But we'll see. But either way, I will give you guys one more update before I go to sleep on how many pages of Ashes in the Light I edited, and then I will get the word count to you later on today when I'm done editing for the day. So, I'll see you soonish. Alrighty, so I'll even be nice and let you have light. It's a little before 8 a.m., give or take. I just came back here to lay down. I edited a few pages in Ashes in the Light. I'm not 100% sure how many, because I didn't put it down in my app or anything like that, because I ended up going outside to sweep off the stairs, dig snow out of the porch, and dig through the probably at least 2-foot snowdrift, and then all the way out. I am not made for any kind of digging out snowdrifts, first of all. I feel broken from it. I'm very tired already, like muscle-wise. My muscles are all tired, and my joints hurt. Not my knuckles, though. Mostly my knees, which isn't that surprising. They seem to be the most affected anytime I go out in the snow. But I ended up stopping editing on Ashes in the Light to go do that, so that way my mom could not have to walk through a big-ass snowdrift to get to her car. So, I'm a good person sometimes. But I'm going to go to sleep and set my alarm for 2:30, and then sometime after that I would get back into editing. I would like to get that done first, and then I will move back onto MOH if everything goes well. more than likely when I wake up, I will have to sweep off the stairs again, both the laundry room stairs and the porch stairs. Might have to dig more snow out of the porch. We'll see. And then do a few animal related things and then go from there. But after that, I should be good until 5 when I'll do bird chores. But either way, I'm going to try and get some sleep and hope that the icky feeling from cardio goes away soon. And hopefully my chinchilla stops chewing on whatever in God's name she is chewing on right now. But I'm gonna get some sleep, hopefully. And then, again, hopefully 2:30 will be enough sleep. That's when I normally wake up, but sometimes I sleep in later than that, depending on how exhausted I feel at 2:30. So, we'll see what happens. But either way, once I get through at least 35 pages on Ashes in the Light, once I wake up, I will give you guys an update. Alrighty, it is 4:25 in the morning and I just finished writing MOH with 42,490 words, and that is 3,859 words written today. I just finished the epilogue, as far as I can tell. Happy with the ending at the moment. That's always subject to change, but as it stands, I'm very happy with it. Met the goal. Finished it when I wanted to. I had hoped to finish it yesterday, but editing took longer than planned, so... But we got to it today, and that is definitely something. On my normal written count, I am now at 87,494 words, which is pretty cool. I'm ahead of where I have to be, and I've officially met the 82,000 word goal for the month. Which is great, and I have met my word count goal already for today. On a roll. I have not been playing games this morning, so I think that's part of the reason that it was a little slower today than yesterday. Instead, I've been sitting here with one of those shiatsu massage pillow things on my back to attempt to loosen it up and try to make it hurt less when I stand up, but I think I might have just made it worse. We'll see, I guess. Normally, if I go like this, I can get my back to pop, but I can't. It just really hurts. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But MOH is done. Very excited for that. I need to write it down in my notebook, so I'm not going to archive it just yet. And either later today or tomorrow, I will start another book to replace that one. Not 100% sure when yet, but at the moment I am hungry, so I have a pot of water boiling on the stove. I'm going to make food, and then I'm going to eat, and I'm going to finish this YouTube video I'm watching, and then I'm probably going to play a game. And for a little while, anyway, I am going to draw in between the games. I'm going to work on the trans male sketch I was working on yesterday for DM. I worked a little bit on that last night, but I don't think I showed that to you. I was just coloring in the flag, which I'm going to do first, and then I'm going to clean up all of the lines on the sketch like I did on the last sketch I did. I cleaned up the lines last. I did all the coloring first. There's a lot more work that needs to go into that. It's going to be something that's going to take me several more hours, and I'm going to continue to do it in chunks. So I'm going to work on that probably for the rest of the morning in between gaming, and then when I wake up, we'll do Ashes in the Light and the Time Stopper and see what happens from there. The Time Stopper and Amelia's book, as well as Untitled Mysteries, are the only other things that I've been working on this year so far that need to be finished. And then I'll start getting back into Pittman's Legend King, which is book 3 in the Jamal Pittman series. Tito Vito, which we need to talk about at some point, but I'm not ready to get into that today, or at least not right now. Feckenhauer, which is book 1 of the Killer in Training series. And Lone Wolves and Clawdaws, book 2 of Dom and Ash's series. I'm not sure what to do with that either, so that's probably something we'll also talk about at some point, but I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know if I need to reread book 1 or reread book 2 or scrap it all together or what. I don't know. But either way, that's eventually something I'll talk to you guys about once, probably once the Time Stopper is done. I would like to do that before I move on to anything else. But I'm going to make food and then get into drawing and gaming in 15 minutes, so on and so forth. And then go from there. And I'll give you guys an update at some point, whether it be just an update on the sketch or later on after I wake up with Ashes in the Light, or maybe I'll do some editing for 8. I'm not 100% sure, but regardless of what happens, I will see you guys again at some point in the day with an update on something. Alrighty, so it is 6 a.m. and I have slowly started to clean up the lines. I added his scar here from top surgery, and then I've colored in all of the flag. This is the original line on the flag, and then I reduced the opacity, and then I have started to draw in the next line, which is now this one, which is much smoother all the way around. I mean, just up here compared to this, much smoother. And I'll do that with all of them, but at the moment my neck and back hurt too much to keep leaning over this. The most comfortable place in the house to draw is in my mom's room with this propped up against the keyboard part of the desk, because then I don't have to hunch over it or anything. So I'll work on it some more later on today. But I am finally going to turn on a video game and potentially do some Ashes in the Light editing in between. Not 100% sure, but I have about 2 more hours to kill before I go to sleep. And again, my neck hurts way too much to keep doing this, but I am making progress, proud of the progress so far, and that is all I have. So, if I do any editing, I will update you guys again before I go to sleep, and if not, I will see you sometime after I wake up. Alrighty, it is 4:34 p.m., and to say the least, my back is killing me. I don't have any bruises, so I didn't do anything terrible with the shiatsu massage pillow thing. But it did not help loosen anything up in my back at all. The only benefit is that at one point this morning, because I was sleeping on my back on a heating pad, I was able to twist to the side and pop my back. That's about the only benefit. I've been sitting here for about an hour at this point, and I've done nothing noteworthy. I think I am finally going to start editing Ashes in the Light. I think that's what I'm going to start with today. For about the next half hour, and then I'll do bird chores. But I think I'm going to bring a pillow in here to lean against, and I might set my heating pad up against it in hopes of loosening my back up that way. Because this is getting a bit ridiculous. It's fun, but a bit ridiculous. Yesterday I did do some reformatting in Ashes in the Light on Microsoft Word, so I had to change some section breaks around, and I had to change the page numbers in a few places, and I had to move the part headers a couple times, but I think I lost a few pages in that, which is okay. It's just because I figured out how to fix the issue I was having, where one page stopped like sooner than the other ones. I'll bring that up later on and show you what that thing is. If it loads quickly enough, I'll show you now, but we'll see. But outside of that, I haven't had to make a lot of changes. I think once I get to the part where Ashley Jones comes in, I will most likely change something there. She's having a conversation with her boyfriend, and that conversation was originally written in her book. So there's some parts in there that I just absolutely cannot stand, and I'm either going to change them without caring that it's different in her book, or remove it entirely and replace it with something like she wrapped up her conversation with Seth. Ashley's words are kind of cringy sometimes to me, so we might change that. Just saying. But outside of that, I don't think there are going to be a lot of changes. There haven't been a lot so far. There was one yesterday where I had to add the word T to part because nothing caught it. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it when I did Google Translate. I didn't catch it when I did Grammarly. Unless I accidentally deleted it sometime after that, I didn't catch it anywhere. And there was another one like that too. I think it was stared, but I had stated. But I didn't catch it until I was reading it in the fully formatted version. So that edit is definitely worth it, even if it's only a couple changes here and there. But I am going to flip the camera around to show you the thingy that I changed to fix the bottom pages and stuff, and then I'll get into editing. Alright, so what I've been doing is, where's my mouse? There it is. I've been highlighting these parts at the end here. And then it's up here, line spacing options, line and page breaks, widow/orphan control, widow/orphan control. And then you click it so there's no longer a check next to it. I don't know why. You would assume these things are what would keep the paragraphs together, but it doesn't, or at least if it does, that's not what's checked. This is. On my version of Windows anyway. Anything that I looked up did not have this as the cause. It had something else about keep together, which is why I assumed these would be the problem. But no, it's this. So I unchecked it and it fixed it for the most part. There are still some places like here, but I don't want to screw with it again. As far as I know, yeah. So that's just because it doesn't want it there. That's okay. But I did fix it for the majority of the book, and it's much better than before. But I have 274 pages. I can't remember what I have normally. 275, maybe? I don't know. But I'm slowly working through this. So I'm going to get started on whatever I have today, wherever I was, for about the next 20 minutes before I'll go do bird chores at 5, and then I'll come back here, do some more editing until I have at least 35 pages, and then move on to writing of some sort. I don't know if I'll do the Time Stopper, a new book, Amelia, or start phase 2 research of The Lost City of Z, but either way, I will update you guys once I get editing done here, and then I'll update you again once I accomplish something in writing.
Alrighty, it is 7:32 p.m. and I have edited 47 pages of Ashes in the Light. I did find out that on the original document I have 278 pages, and then on this one again, 274. But I edited 7,059 words through the Word document. That of course doesn't count anything like this, or the chapter headers, or anything that has been replaced with an image instead of text. Obviously none of those can count towards the word count when I'm using the Word document to check the word count. But we are getting closer. I just ended up here, so this is what I have left in the next 4 days. When do I want to have this done by? February 25th. That's not too bad. I can do that. But I'll have to edit less than 35 pages a day now, because I got a little ahead today, which is nice. My back is still killing me, and I'm worried that if I don't manage to get my shoulders to pop, that it's not my shoulders and that my rib is out of place, because it hurts if I laugh or clear my throat or cough in my ribs rather than my back. I have popped a rib out of place at least 3 times in the last couple of years, so I do know what it feels like. The only difference is this time I'm not as short of breath as I normally am. I feel like I'm still short of breath, but definitely not as much as normal, so I'm still holding out hope that I'll be able to get something to pop without needing to go to the chiropractor. But that is all I have for Ashes in the Light here. I am going to switch to writing of some kind. Again, I don't know if I'll work on a book or research or what, but either way, I will give you guys another update at some point. Alright, it is 10:14 p.m. After all my shows got over, I did start working on the time stopper, but I haven't made a lot of progress on it yet. I'll actually check for you real fast. I have only made about 228 words worth of progress, and then I decided to open up Redbubble and change some prices on my book merch, so that way I make at least $1 off of each one, which is nice, I suppose. I've definitely been underselling myself on that, which I didn't realize how greatly I had been underselling myself until somebody bought 3 pieces of book merch last weekend, I think, and I made 93 cents. So I've definitely been underselling the work that goes into them. So I upped the prices a little bit. Not enough to be ridiculous, but enough that I make something off of them. But at this point, I think I'm going to open up my tablet and work on the sketch for DM a little bit more while I'm back here. And then I'm going to work on the time stopper from like 11 until midnight probably, because that's about when I'll go back into the living room. I don't expect to make a ton of progress. That's okay. Already met my word goal for the day, so I'm in no huge rush or anything. Planning on doing research tomorrow, as well as starting a new book at some point. Not 100% sure. Oh, that hurt. Which book I'll start on just yet, but we'll see what happens, I guess, and I'll keep you posted when that happens tomorrow. But I'm going to work on the sketch, I think, and then I will give you guys an update on how that goes here in the next 45-ish minutes. And then after that I'll give you another update on any progress made in the time stopper. And then that will carry us through till tomorrow. Alrighty, it is 11:03 and I just finished the final line here on the flag. So I'm going to delete the first line, which is the bumpier one. And then the cleaned up one looks much nicer. Kind of depends on what angle I'm holding at, because the way that this tablet works on things, but it's much smoother. There are a few places that I'll need to clean up a little bit, but I need to go through now and recolor these in, which is the next step, but I don't know when I'll do that. But I'm going to close out of stuff here on the computer and then start moving my stuff back into the living room. And then I will work on the time stopper for the next hour and give you guys one more update before midnight comes around.